Hi everybody, how are you? It's Jay Victoria. This is the energy update for June the 15th, and I'm going to give you my best of what I know what to say. Um, so, yeah, there's feels like a lot of change is like settling in. I know a lot of you have been doing a lot of work on yourselves for years, and kind of has felt lately like there's never going to be a breaking point, like there's never going to be a breakthrough. It's just going to be constant suffering. And um, I'm starting to feel pretty deeply that it's not the case. I think there's always a point to everything we go through, and even if it's not easy, I think that there's something for us to look at. There's a reason for it. If there's one thing I know, it's that the energy world is very precise, and the energies that are inside of you create your reality that you see. And so that's why getting clear energy helps you have a more positive reality, whatever that means to you. And it also means that when things happen in your reality that don't feel positive, the origin is actually inside of you somewhere. That's, you can feel it in your energy, in your body. And I think that where we get discouraged sometimes, especially even if you're doing energy work or receiving energy work, or it's not just about that, but all the evolving and all the searching and all the everything you do, as a soul here, trying to figure it all out. Why are you here? What are you doing? How does it work? How do you improve? How can you kind of play the game better? Not that life is a game, but it's, something you can get better at for sure. Um, what? Oh, I'm just feeling something like it's like my soul really wants to say something. I just have to listen to it. Um, yeah, you have to understand that it's an inner transformation that you're here to do. And if you ignore the fact that you have something inside of you that needs to get cleared or needs to change, you're ignoring what's important. And yeah, it would be nice if our reality just changed and got better. And I did another video this week on quantum leaping and that whole concept, and how I think it's more of an evolution process. It's not that I don't believe in quantum leaping, but it's like life is definitely an evolution for sure. And you can evolve faster using certain tools, and even God can help you evolve faster. The fastest, really. But yeah, you're not just here to suffer. I think it's always pointing to something. It's always telling you something, and it's not always easy for us to look at those things. And even people who do a lot of inner work, I find, sometimes become really complacent, or I'm not sure what it is. It's sort of like there's just so much happening right now energetically. I want to keep talking about this. My energy's telling me to talk about the feminine. Yeah. This is something that, it's not that I avoid it, but it's just so not the way we're trained to think. I'm like, can I just finish my other thought? I want to finish my other thought. What I'm saying is like, I'm trying to say a few things at once, but I'm saying if there's a problem in your reality, there's a problem in your energy. And when you deal with that, your reality can change. And that's the point. We want our reality to just be wonderful, but we don't realize that it's pointing to something that needs to change. And if you want to know how to change that, keep watching my channel. I talk about it. Getting your energy cleared is a big one. They're like pulling on my arm now. Okay, so the feminine, yeah. I talk about a concept that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, and I think it's really important. And that's the concept of the new world and the old world. In the old world, there's imbalance, and a lot of problems. And what that specifically comes from is a few things, but one of the main ones is not understanding feminine energy. And even people who get feminine energy still kind of don't get it sometimes. And I'm still learning this too, because we're just so programmed and it's so drilled into us that the masculine is what matters. And that's why when I'm talking about feminine and masculine, talking about the physical world is the masculine and the feminine is the spiritual world. And that's why I'm explaining that, hey, like what's in your energy is also the point. It's not just to have your problem solved. And we're very trained, and it's just everywhere all the time, that the masculine is the most important and real, in quotes. It's what's real. It's what matters. And yet the feminine is equally powerful. And I think there's so many things to say, but it's a threat to the old world balance. Because if you have true inner power, you know, if you have the ability to create a different reality from inside of yourself, like that threatens a lot of systems that benefit off of your pain. Think about how much money you spend on products trying to feel better and clothes, and think about when your energy is not well, it affects your body, and then you need medicine, you need to see doctors. Think about how many people profit off of you not being clear, not being healed, not being, I don't really love the word healed, it's just being who you really are. And the feminine is a solution to these things. And the feminine, I find, is something that we think we know and then we still don't know. It's like it's the spiritual. It's something that there's always going to be more to know about, and it's something that is mysterious, it is divine. And I believe what we call, this is just my perspective, but I believe what we call the feminine is the same thing as the Holy Spirit. And for a lot of women, I think it's really helpful, because I was just reading a quote from the diary of Saint Faustina, who was a saint in Poland in the 1930s. She kept a diary, and I saw the excerpt tonight, that she was saying, when you're connected to one aspect of God, you're connected to all of them. And she said there's three aspects. There's the Father, and there's the Son, and there's the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit, I believe, is feminine energy. And there are a lot of reasons for that. I'll have to do another video. If you're interested, let me know. But what that means is that for all the women out there who are feeling like almost like turned off by Christianity or religion, or you don't really know how to connect to God, you connect to like maybe energy or spirituality or plant medicine, or you know, all these things that God created. So it's not like, I don't see those things as separate from God even really, but it's like sometimes when it comes to the name Jesus or the name God, it's like difficult. But you have to remember how smart God is. God is the smartest and the creator, right? And so I think, and I have been feeling for a while, that he knows this, and he gives you an in to connect to him that might be a little unexpected, and that is feminine energy. Because feminine energy is the Holy Spirit, I believe. And if you're connected to one aspect, you're connected to all of them. So it's like a route, like a path in to know God, you know, to know Jesus and the resurrection energy, to not have to feel separate from that. And I don't believe it's separate from that. And I think that there's a lot of mistakes still being made, and a lot of people aren't saying this, but I think from all my work in the past 5 years and even before that, like, I feel like one thing that keeps being shown to me and repeated over and over is the importance of feminine energy. It's just constantly being taught to me in different ways through my life, and learning to trust it is a real undoing of a lot of the things that we've learned. And basically it's like countercultural still. It's like society doesn't function this way. It doesn't take into account really any aspect of spirituality or the energy world being real. It's built around it not being real, in fact. And that it's just about everything you see, and that's it. But it's dumb, because that's not all of reality. And I think that, especially when I talk to women and I hear their problems and I hear what they're going through, I always think three things. The first is, if only you could get your energy cleared, a lot of those things could change. And the second is, I really wish that you understood that most of these problems are caused by a lack of feminine energy, and that can be learned. And none of your problems are your fault. None of your struggles are your fault. You're just not living life in a way that supports who you are. It's almost like, imagine that you have an allergy. This is really what it's like. It's like, imagine that you have an allergy. I met someone today who had an allergy to strawberries, like really specific. But imagine that you every day you make yourself eat strawberries. And then you're like, why does my life suck? Why do I always feel like this? Why is everything hard for me? Why am I struggling? Well, because you're like not doing what you need to do for who you are. And women are like that. We're not energetically or anatomically designed to be like a man. It's literally like the same. Like, women need to put their feminine energy first, but society doesn't tell us to do that at all. It tells you to do the opposite. For men can hustle. Men can put their masculine first, which is like working and taking action and planning and scheduling and, go. They thrive on that energetically. And I know not everybody is the same, but just in general, men can put their masculine first. And then what happens is each person has both feminine and masculine energy, and they conjure their feminine. That's why when you're dating men, a lot of the time they'll say, I don't have time to date, because they really want to get their lives together, and then they can open themselves up to relax. Then they can, have relationships and have emotional connections, but they really need that first. And women, it's hard for us because we're taught to be like men from the time we're little. We're taught the same things: work hard, have a schedule, blah blah blah. Like, I am a recovering, I guess you could say, like, I've been living like an energetic man in a way, because that's just what we're taught. I think most women are recovering and don't even know it. Don't even know what the problem is, to be honest. Women need to put their feminine first. You need to build your feminine energy. It's like a muscle. And your feminine is defined by 4 things: presence, pleasure, self-value, and your purpose. And none of them is a waste of your time, and none of them is frivolous, and none of them is unimportant. And the one that most women leave out is purpose. And there are a lot of things to say about this, but I just wanted to kind of like give a general word on this. And what I'm saying is, if you work on those 4 things in your life every day, you will see your life get better. because you put your feminine first, and the way that your feminine bridges with your masculine is you're present, and you have your feminine building, and presence is really the cornerstone, the foundation for all the other aspects. On top of that, you need to be present. A lot of women aren't even present. When you're really present and your feminine is connected, you feel it in your spirit. You see it in your eyes. You have an aura about you. You can actually see it in women who have feminine energy. I'm starting to activate it a little bit. You can see it in my eyes. My eyes, have a little glow that starts to come out, the light. And I find that intention is very important with the feminine activation, because you can lay in your bed and be like, I'm being present because I'm sleeping. But if you lay in your bed and you say, I'm being present because I'm building my feminine, there's a different intention. And I find that actually works. You can use intention to do that. Whether you're sitting on the subway, you can say, I'm just going to be present. You're not going to look at your phone. You can build presence and your feminine like a muscle that way. But your purpose, I find, is the one that a lot of women miss out on. And that's doing what you are here to do. If you don't know what your purpose is, what I recommend is that you look for things in the world outside of you that feel like the real you. There are a lot of options of things you can do in life, but your purpose will match your energy. And it can be a lot of things. At different ages in your life, it'll look like different things. Maybe it's a certain thing right now, but in 10 years, you'll be a different version of yourself. And that manifestation of what feels like you will be different. So yeah, I think the message for the energy update is to really care about your feminine. It's really important, and it's something that negative energy doesn't want us to understand, because it makes us more powerful, makes our lives better. And again, it's a deep connection with God, because if you're connected to your feminine, that's the Holy Spirit, and you're connected to all aspects of God. You're connected to Jesus. You're connected to the Father. It's powerful, and negative energy really hates that. So it's like there's warfare, it feels like right now, against feminine energy. And don't feel bad if you don't get it. Don't feel bad if you're working on it. It's like learning a language. You're not gonna ever just be like, check, done. It's something that you have to learn through living your life. And I have a new workshop I'm doing, actually, called New World Hot Girl, and a new ebook as well that's going to come out at the end of the month. And the workshop is coming out next week. And I'm going to be talking about this, the new definition of hot, the new definition of being a cool girl in the world, because I think that the definition we have currently doesn't include what most women need, which is a connection to your spirit, and for your life and your world and everything you do to stem from that really powerful energy that you have inside of you. When I talk to women, another thing I would love to say is that you have no idea how powerful you are. And you were given that power. And use it. You're not evil, you're not a witch, you're not bad, but you're powerful, and you were given that ability. And we're never alone. I don't think we should ever try to do life without God. God is so able to fix things that it'd be so much work for us to try to, manifest or change. But it's clear that he wants us to use the power that he gave us at the same time. So be empowered and be strong, and know that you might be being attacked by negative energy, but you're protected because God is in charge. Ask him for protection, ask him to show you, and ask him to send you the right people and the opportunities that you need and the information. And hopefully this might have spoken to you today. And if you'd like to learn more about learning about what a New World Hot Girl is and how to do that and how to embody that and live that and change that whole concept for yourself once and for all, because the world is going to tell you a completely different story. It's going to tell you need plastic surgery and you need, I don't know, to look a certain way, and you need to have this many followers, and you need whatever the definition of success seems like right now. I think the majority of women not only probably won't become that kind of person, but don't need to be the most powerful version of you. I think that you need to give yourself more credit. You don't need to be the definition of what society tells you to be. You are so powerful, and your energy is creating your reality, and you are created by God, and he gave you power, and you have the Holy Spirit in a special way as a woman inside of you, right? So if you feel that truth and you feel that connection and you want to know more, I want you to comment below. You can comment New World Hot Girl, you can comment workshop or ebook. You can get either one, and if you get both, I'll give you a deal. But I'm really excited to put this work out in the world because I think it's really unique, and I know it'll help a lot of women. I'm really passionate about helping women to find their power and to move forward and to resurrect from their old selves. So thank you so much for watching. And if you'd like to book a free consult with me, you can do that as well. If you'd like me to look at your energy, it's 20 minutes, and I'll tell you where the blocks are. I'll tell you what they're about. I'll tell you how you can work with me to get them dissolved, but it's free if you'd like to just get the information. So thank you so much for watching, you guys. Love you.